What's up, guys? So today we are going to be making Christmas crackers, or also known as party poppers. So I've designed these for Christmas, for the 12 days of Cricut Christmas, but you can definitely still use this template to create these party poppers for New Year's Eve or birthdays or whatever other celebration that you will be celebrating. So this project is nice and easy. All you need to do is grab the cut file over at my blog. I will link it in the description down below. And once you load it in here, we just need to do one quick thing before we go to cut it out. All right, so when you load it in here, you'll notice that there's these layers here. It says Christmas crackers, and there's all these little cut lines. Okay, if you minimize that, you'll notice that it's like a group of different cut layers, and what these are is these are the score lines. So these are going to help make the folding part a little bit easier. You don't necessarily need this, so if you don't have a scoring tool, you can make it without these. It's just a little bit harder to it's a little more fiddly when you're putting it together. So if you have a scoring tool, I highly recommend scoring these lines. It's much easier to put together. All right, so right now what it's set to is cut. Okay, so we've got to make sure we change the line type to score. So I'm going to head over here and go to score. And now you should see dotted lines in the middle here. And that's exactly what we want to see. You want to see dotted lines. That means it's set to score and not cut. If you don't change this, it's going to cut up your design. So it's literally just going to cut all these lines and you're going to have a bunch of pieces. So we don't want that. All right, so you go ahead and and then one more thing we need to do is we need to attach it, because we've told Cricut that these are score lines, but we haven't told Cricut what it needs to score. So I'm going to select everything and I'm going to hit attach. And now we can go to make it. So when you go to make it, you should see only one mat, and you'll see that it says score and cut. And that's exactly what we want to see. Okay, so go ahead and cut this out. You can cut this on an 8.5 by 11. You just have to kind of like move it up maybe a little bit more, or just be careful how you place your paper. But you can do this on 8.5 by 11. But I am using 12 by 12 because that's where all my fancy Christmas cardstock is. Now I like to cut this out on heavy cardstock with more pressure. I find this always works best so that I'm not fiddling around too much with my weeding tool and it cuts all the way through. All right, so let me show you how we're going to put this together, guys. All right, so I have cut out my Christmas cracker on cardstock, and let's put this together, okay? So we've got the score lines here, that's the back there, and here's what I'm gonna do. This, I know it looks like a paper towel tube, but this is actually pretty sturdy. So this is from like a vinyl roll, okay? It's like an empty vinyl roll. So we're gonna use that to kind of give it shape and to help hold it into place, okay? Now the other thing I have is a clip to secure it to my roll, so it's easier. But here's what we're gonna do. You can get these, they're called crackle pops. And basically they're, you know how when you pull on a Christmas popper, they make like a cracker noise, right? So it's almost like a little firecracker on the inside. Now these are really, really hard to find. So what I actually did was I bought like cheap Christmas crackers from the dollar store and then removed these. It was a lot cheaper than buying them on Amazon. But if you need a lot, then Amazon probably is the way to go, because I'm only making a few here. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this down, okay? So I've got my tape gun here. I'm just gonna glue it down. Awesome. And now I am going to flip this over and I'm going to put glue on this end here. I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put tape on, like glue tape on this end here. Cool. Now I'm going to grab my roll. I'm going to clip that down. And I'm just gonna fold that over and tape it down. So I'm using these little triangles as my marker, so I know exactly where to kind of stick this. All right, next I'm gonna grab some ribbon And if you've scored this, this should be really easy to fold. All right, you're just gonna tie each end. So I'm gonna tie the one end. And then I'm gonna fill it. So I've got some different little goodies here that I'm gonna fill it with. Fake mustache, some bubbles. All right, and I'm just gonna tie the other end. And there we go. And yeah, that's it, guys. And now when you pull it, it should make that popping noise. All right, I hope you guys liked this tutorial. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.